Ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner of the Jared Allen's designated drivers league, Ryan Hannebaum, is taking a night out from losing games to talk with the DDL.
I don't get to take a night off from that. That's happening simultaneously.
He's taking a night off from caring about losing games on Twitter and not being able to enjoy a great Chiefs victory, which here's what I think. I tweeted this a little bit. I think this totally rolls into tomorrow's Royals playoff game against the A's. I think this shit carries on, goes right to James Shields, helps us beat the A's.
I could see it. It is a little bit of a bizarro world watching the Chiefs destroy Bill Belichick on Monday Night Football and having the broadcast booth talk about a Royals playoff game the next day. I don't even know how to respond. I don't even know. Like, emotionally, I don't even know how to handle that. I think I'm just in shock.
I think what helps is some classic Andy Reid at the end of the first half where we essentially almost did not get to kick a field goal. But for a penalty, we did not get to kick a field goal.
Yeah, that's another bizarro world thing. How can somebody who's so clearly gifted scheming offenses be so god-awful, I mean, just fucking terrible at time management? It's like he's so into this offensive game plan, he forgets that there is a clock. Like, he just thinks he just has all the time in the world to run every play on the sheet.
We'll just call it, yeah. Okay, you're the commissioner. You're a great commissioner.
Appreciate that.
I want to get some shout outs here. This is the goal of the DDL network. We want to interview some West teams. We want there to emerge a voice of the West. So could you please give a little shout out to the West teams?
Yes.
Tweet if you watch the videos or something simple. I have no idea. No feedback.
I don't know. It might come to a point where we have to give some kind of an incentive program, right? I mean, right? We'll give you $1 more on your waiver wire budget.
You can save it, bank it. They'll just bank it.
Just yeah. Dan will actually end the year with $1,027.
Yeah. You did. I would like to say we talked a little bit earlier. You would take the over on $850 amount of money. Dan Roman's okay.
Yes. I would take the over with
the under.
Once he actually finds out about the blog and or these videos, he's going to bid $151 in Week 13 on a kicker just to get the under there.
A Patriots kicker, right? I think we can all agree.
But not Gostkowski. It'll be like the backup.
Yeah, it'll be the backup. Hey, so you are a great commissioner, and we've seen some examples of bad commissioning in real life. I just want to know. Here's my only. As far as I know, the JADDL has no policy on domestic violence. What do you care to comment? Would you be just as blindsided as Roger?
I think I communicated to the connoisseur, who is one of those, enigmatic teams in the West Division of the league, that, he had Ray Rice on his roster when this all went down. And the league's official policy was to leave it to the owner, in this case,
that sounds pretty Roger.
To handle the situation, right? The difference being I have much more faith in my owners, even the ones in the West Division.
Have you ever lied in a press conference?
I am 100% on my truth-telling in my press conferences. I've told 0 lies in my press conferences to date.
That's great. It's good to hear.
The truth will out, right? The DDL, in particular, will find out.
DDL.
Do some Snopes or some,
We've got little birds everywhere.
Yeah. It would be pointless for me to try to circumvent this blog.
How long does it take you to do one of those pictures?
It depends on the complexity. I'd say probably the average of actual work time is maybe 2 hours. Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh, shit.
The majority of it is just me trying to figure out what the uniform is going to look like every year. Because it's really a fine balance, right? Because I want to keep them in line enough with previous years to where the team actually looks like the team that it's representing. I want to give a fresh look.
I remember thinking, and you don't realize it. You're like, oh yeah, that's what that team looks like. But you're like, obviously, I don't know what the fuck IPAs or whatever. Jacob, his or Brown. See, yeah, you do a great job.
Thanks. Yeah. And as always, and I tell you guys every year, right? If you have something, and you're probably the best at this, from LFJ standpoint, of actually telling me what you want your uniform to look like. Because if you have an idea of what you want it to look like, then I will make that happen.
We're wrapping up.